Hi guys, so welcome back sa ating YouTube channel. So ito na yung lesson 33. So ito yung continuation ng ating gamma function. So this is integration or integral involving gamma function, or something na we are integrating through the aid of gamma function. So as long as possible siyang mapunta sa gamma function, possible siya. Gagawin natin siya. Now, as you can see, yung mga example natin, yung number 1, medyo yes, reasonable na gamma siya. Yes, okay tayo dyan, no? Pwedeng mapunta yan dyan. But the thing is, the problem is yung e raised to negative 2x. Yan yung medyo problem doon. Then number 2 is something na parang iisipin mo, ano yan? No, mapapaganong ka na lang na, sir, ano yan? Paano po yan gagawin? So, syempre, tapos at the same time, walang e na nag-exist, tapos wala din dito. Next, number 3, ganun din. So, may ln of x. Pero siguro kung makita mo na yung idea kung paano to ginawa, alam mo na rin yung idea kung paano to gagawin. Alright, so next is number 4. What if ipag-multiply natin yung dalawang yan? Ano yung magiging result? So, in this case, magkakaroon tayo ng isa pang identity na kung saan makikita nyo. Dadagdag ko yung identity sa ating gamma function. Right, so now let's move on para makapag-solve. So, yung number 1 lang inaalala ko i-solve dito. So, actually lahat yan is something na wait, reko. Ano natin? Kumbaga, i-discover natin sabay-sabay gaya ni sir. Okay, so sana tulungan nyo ako kahit hindi kayo nagsasalita, hindi man kayo ano ngayon. Alam kong may kita mo at may kita mo yung mali ko. Or yung tama o yung point ko. Now, let's have number 1. We have the integral from 0 up to infinity ng x raised to 6 then e raised to 2x dx. Now, our goal is dapat, yung pinaka number 1 na diniscuss ko sa inyo is dapat yung e raised to something natin, yung e raised to negative natin is just walang number, is just a single variable. Okay, so ang goal natin is mag-change of variable tayo in such a way na dapat yung e raised to something natin, e raised to x na lang siya. In the form of e raised to x na lang. E raised to negative x na lang siya. So, paano yung gagawin dyan, guys? So, ang gagawin lang dyan, guys, ganun kasimple lang. Maglilet ako ng y is equal sa 2x. So, parang usab lang siya, literal. So, again, ang ginawa lang ni sir is naglet lang ako ng y is equal to 2x. Kasi yun yung problema ko eh. So, siya yung nilet ko. So, nilet ko siya na y is equal to 2x. Now, kunin ko yung derivative nito or differential. This is just dy is equal sa 2 dx. Alright. So, meaning, pag nag-substitute ako sa loob, so, this is just equal sa integral 0 up to infinity. Okay, so we all know na ano yung x natin dito. By the way, ano yung x dito? Ang x natin dito is just simply y over 2. No, kasi nilat natin y. So yung x is y over 2. So meaning, x raised to 6, papalitan natin siya ng y over 2. So this is just y over 2 raised to 6. Then this is just e raised to negative y. Yan, kung napansin mo, meron akong e raised to negative x or something. So na-resolve ko na yung isang part. Then lastly, yung dx ko papalitan ko lang ng dy over 2. So this is just dy over 2. Sir, ba't dy over 2? Kasi dx eh. Okay, divide ko both side by 2. So dy over 2. So now, the problem is, ito yung 2 raised to 6. No? So y raised to 6 siya, tas 2 raised to 6, tas ito ay 2. So literal, lalabas lang dyan yung ating 1 over 2 raised to 6, tas 2, isa pang 2, this is 2 raised to 7. Then integral from 0 up to infinity ng y raised to 6 e raised to negative y dy. And you all know that 1 over 2 raised to 7 is just equal sa, I think 2 raised to 5 is 32, 2 raised to 6 is 64, so 128. So this is 1 over 128. This is just 1 over 128. And y raised to 6 siya. So, alam natin na yung y raised to 6 na yan, that is simply minus 1 na siya sa loob. So, therefore, this is just gamma of 7. Therefore, this is just equal sa 6 factorial over 128. Or simply, this is just 720 over 128. Or, pag sinimplify natin, ano ba siya? So, 720 over 128, that is 45 over 8. So this is just 45 over 8. So therefore, the integral is just 45 over 8 through the use of gamma function. So ganun kadali. Now, to pa sunod na twist, no? Sir, what if positive x? anong gagawin mo? Magle-let ka ng negative y. So, let mo lang siya na x is equal to negative y. Ganun kasimple. Tapos, substitute na ulit. So, ganyan ang gagawin mo. I-let mo lang na x is equal to negative y. Yun, i-raise to negative y na siya. Tapos, solve. So, probably magkakaroon na ng negative sa lahat dyan. Ganun na yung medyo magiging impact niya. Okay, so now, let's move on sa ating number 2. Now, so, number 2, we have this one. So, hindi ko sure paano siya isosolve actually. No, so, hingi ako konting guide kay book. Actually, wala siya sa book. Example lang sa book is napakadali. Ito na pinakamahirap eh. Ito medyo, medyo di ko alam kung paano napunta. But, I guess, this is just it is just a matter of substitution or something letting na tayo dyan. So, I think since meron tayong ln of x sa loob, probably siya i-let natin. So, let us try this one. No? So, i-let ko na yung negative ln of x na yan. So, gamit tayo ibang variable, wag namang y. Let's say, let u be equal sa negative ln of x. Okay. So, we all know na ito is just try ko tanggalin negative, lagay ko sa u. So, pag ginawa ko, this is negative u e raised then ln of x. Tapos, ang gagawin ko, yung ln of x, pag ni-raise ko, kunyari, e raised to ln of x, magiging x. Okay, so pag in-raise ko to sa e, so e raised to negative u is equal sa e raised to ln of x. And this is just e raised to negative u, this is just x. Okay, so meron na akong x. Meron na akong e raised to negative u. So, possible magkakaroon na akong e raised to negative u sa loob. Next is syempre kunin natin yung dx. Kunin natin yung derivative nito. Pag kinuha yung derivative nito, this is just negative e raised to negative u. This is just dx. Okay, ngayon, the problem is yung boundary. No, sir, paano naman yung boundary? So, if yung x daw, kasi dalawa yung boundary, ito with respect sa x. So, ito yung nilet natin. So, ito yung u natin. Ito yung negative ln of x. Ngayon, kung yung x daw, kung yung x natin is 0, what is u? Negative ln of 0 is something na, ilan yan? Or something dito na pa, sorry rather. Huwag natin gamitin. Ito yung gamitin natin na guide, no? Kunyari, meron tayong e raised to negative u tapos x. Diyan tayo mag-base. Pwede siguro dito. Okay, so pansinin nyo, no? So, kung yung x is 0, ano to? So, saang part, paano kunyari, kung yung x daw ay 0, kasi yung unang boundary is 0 eh. 0 boundary siya sa una eh. Kung yung x 0, paano magiging 0 tong e raised to u? Anong value ng u para maging 0 siya? Siyempre, dapat infinity. So, again kung ang value nito is 0, imposibleng e raised to negative 0 dapat siya. Hindi dapat si u. So, dapat ang u natin dito, ang value ng u dapat dito is infinity. So, kasi e raised to negative infinity is 1 over e raised to infinity. So, 1 over e raised to infinity is approaches 0. So, meaning, yung u natin dito is infinity. Next is, if x is 1, okay, ano naman yung e raised to 1? No, so, paano naman siya mag-1? So, therefore, dapat ito naman. So, again, kung x is 1, paano naman magiging yung e raised to negative u magiging 1? Pag yung u natin dito is 0. Pag yung u naman natin dito is 0. So, sir, medyo may problema po, sir. Ang naging problema naman natin dito, sir, is nagkabaliktad po sila ng order of derivative. So, syempre, anuhin natin yan. So, again, punta tayo dito, no? So, punta tayo dun sa resolve natin. So, balikan mo natin integral from 0 to 1, tapos negative ln of x, tapos erase ko na sa negative 1 half dx. So, inangat ko na siya, guys. So, guys, inangat ko, no, yung square root ng negative ln of x, inangat ko na siya sa taas. So, naging negative ln of x, negative 1 half dx. Now, the problem is, yung 0, pag 0 daw yung boundaries, is magpapalit na tayo ng change of variable na tayo. Pag 0 yung boundary, that is infinity. This is just infinity, tas this is 0. Kasi ganoon yung pagkakapalit eh. Pag 0 yung boundary, infinity. Pag 1 yung boundary, 0. Then, yung negative ln of x is just u. Ito daw yung u raised to negative 1 half. Tas yung dx natin is just negative negative e raised to negative u. Tapos may du to, sorry. Du. Okay, now, alam mo na may negative yan. Tapos alam mo na pag pinagpalit ko yung order of integration, so guess aware kayo dito, no? Pag meron akong a raised to b, pwede ko siya pagpalitan, maging integral from a to b sa may ano niya, boundaries niya. So kung gusto kong pagpalitan, magkakaroon pa ng negative sa labas. So magkakaroon ng negative sa labas. This is just negative integral from 0 up to infinity ng u raised to 1 half. Tas negative kasi may negative dito. E raised to u, negative u, du. Okay, then labas ko na yung negative 1 half. Ay, negative. Therefore, this is just integral from 0 up to infinity ng u raised to negative 1 half, then e raised to negative u du. Okay, therefore, pwede na siya sa ating gamma function. So, we all know na yung gamma function niya is something na. So, n minus 1 is just equal sa negative 1 half. So, ano ibig sabihin yan? Kung n minus 1 is just equal to negative 1 half, what is n? This is just equivalently equal lang sa gamma of 1 half. And gamma of 1 half is just equal to square root of pi. Therefore, the answer is ito. Okay, ganun siya kasimple. So, again, okay, malilito dito. So, pwede naman itong gamitin sa task. Kaso medyo ang hirap i-evaluate. Kasi ln of 0 is hindi possible. ln of 1 yung pinaka-possible. Kaya ginamit ko na lang itong e raised to negative u tapos x. Kaya dyan mas madali siyang ma-observe. Okay, so next number 3. So I guess parehas sila ng idea kung paano siya isosolve, no? Since ln of x, siya pa rin naman yung gagamitin natin. Pero dito pinagkaiba, yung variable n natin is 1 over n siya. So hindi siya fixed number. So literal hindi magkakaroon dito ng n values or something na. Kunyari may n square to pi, parang ganun yung magiging sagot. So hindi ko sure paano siya iyaano. So, similar case, let natin, no? Let tayo ng u. So, dito mas madali na yata. Let u is equal to ln of x. Tapos, gagawin ko na this is just e raised to u. This is just x. Kunin ko yung derivative. This is e raised to u. du. This is just dx. Okay, then about sa boundary, we have e raised to u. Then we have x. So, anong value ng u dito? So, kung yung x daw is 0, dapat ang u natin is, syempre, obviously, dapat ang u natin is, dapat negative infinity. Yes, dapat negative infinity. Now, if x natin is 1, dapat ang value ng u natin is 0. Okay, so this is another problem, I guess. Alright, so now let's make our substitution valid. So this is just equal sa integral from 0 to 1 ng ln of x, then 1 over n dx. So this is just equal sa integral from negative infinity up to 0. Okay, then ln of x is just u raised to 1 over n. Then dx natin is e raised to u du. Okay, so ito yung medyo problema. So paano po yan? Ang magiging idea dito, syempre, pagbabaliktarin ko siya, pero negative infinity pa rin siya. Pero yung idea nun is just, diba ang sabi ko nga kanina guys, no? Kung ito yung 0, ito yung positive infinity, ito yung negative infinity. So regardless kung dito ako mag-solve, kunyari 0 up to negative infinity siya, parehas lang siya. So hindi ko na siya actually kailangan pabaliktarin. Parang anong nangyari lang, andito yung gamma of n, may gamma of n lang din dito. So similar lang din naman yun. Kasi half lang din naman ng ating buong interval sa real number. So meaning, possible pa rin tong isolve. So this is just equal lang naman sa, syempre, this is just yung 1 plus n natin, isa-solve natin, no? So we have 1n minus 1 is equal to 1 over n. Or hindi ko pwede sabihin 1 over n kasi n yung gamit natin, no? So suppose na gawin natin m yung gamit natin sa loob. Okay, no? So therefore, what is m? M is just 1 over n plus 1, or simply m is just equal sa 1 n plus n over n. Yan lang yung value. Okay, so therefore, again ginamit ko lang m para hindi kasi isipin magko-combine yung n eh. So ginamit ko lang literal sa ating definition. Parang pinalitan kasi n yung gamit natin, guys. So again, ginamit ko lang sa definition. Parang pinalitan ko lang for the meantime, for the sake ng ating solution. Ginawa ko lang siyang m minus 1 for the sake. So meaning parang gamma of m yung kinukuha natin dito. So therefore, yung gamma of m natin dito is just equal sa gamma of 1 plus n over n. Okay, so therefore, ito yung ating sagot. Okay, so meaning, nakadepende tayo sa value ng n para ma-solve siya. So, gusto mo kuha yung integral nito. Kung ito yung integral, so for example, gusto kong kunin yung integral ng ln of x raised to 1 half, gagawin kong ito yung n. No? 3 over halves, ganun kasimple. Ayun yung sinasabi ng integration nito. Okay, so check ko lang, no? ln of okay, so tama nga. Okay, so tama yan. So, yan yung magiging sagot niya. Alright, next guys is ito. So, ito hindi ko pati din talaga siya nakita. So, ngayon ko lang ito nakita itong mga to eh. So, in terms of n, so again, huwag ka malilito. So, ba't may n? Kasi in terms of n yung sagot. Expected ko na talaga na may n dyan. Right, so now, let's move on dito sa next topic. Next example natin. So, this is what we need to show. Paano ba natin siya isosolve, no? So, ako kanina ko pa iniisip paano siya isosolve. Pero, ayun nga. Now, we have the integral of e raised to negative x raised to 4 x squared dx times the integral from 0 up to infinity ng e raised to negative x to the 4th dx. Okay, so I guess ang problema lang natin talaga is yung x to the 4th. Kasi nga, doon naman tayo concern lagi kay e. Si e naman talaga yung mahirap palitan. Wala na tayong pakialam dito kay x. Okay, so meaning, papalitan na natin yung x raised to the 4th na yan. So let's say t. Or wag t. So let's say y, no? Let's say y is equal to x raised to the 4. Okay? Kung y is equal to x raised to the 4, ano yung x squared? Kasi x squared papalitan natin eh. That is y raised to 1 half. Yung x squared natin is y raised to 1 half. Tama ba? Kung yung y raised to kung yung y is equal to x to the 4th, yung x squared natin is y raised to 1 half. Tama naman kasi kalahati lang. Okay, next is syempre mula dito, i-derivative natin, that is simply dy is equal to 4x raised to 3. Okay, now, let's substitute or use the following values dito. So, we have the integral from 0 up to infinity ng e raised to negative y. Tama naman. Tapos yung x squared natin is just y raised to 1 half. Y raised to 1 half. Then, this is just dy. So, what is the x? Sorry, may dx para to rather. No, may dx to guys, no? So, dx, tapos ano yung dx? Dx is just equal sa dy over 4x cube. Okay, so, yung dx natin pagpalitan, that is dy over 4x cube. Yan ang mangyayari. This is just dy times 1 over 4x cube. Tama naman. So, again, another problema is ano yung x cube. Siyempre, papalitan natin x cube, no? So, hindi kasi natin alam kung ano yung y. Okay, so get rid out pa rin tayo dito. So, this is integral from 0 up to infinity. Hindi pa tayo tapos. Times integral from 0 up to infinity ng e raised to negative y. Tama. Then, dx natin is dy over yung same result. This is 1 over 4x cube dy. So, problema talaga natin yung 4x cube na. So, I think dito natin isolve. So, ano yung x? No? So, kung ano yung x, so, alam natin na x is 4th root of y. So, mula ulit dito, alam natin na yung x is just 4th root of y. So, meaning, yung dx natin is just equal sa dy over 4, tapos 4th root of y raised to 3. Or simply, pwede ko siyang baliktarin. This is just 1/4 multiplied by y raised sa negative 3 over 4. Tapos, dy. No, so, I guess pwede ko na siyang gamitin doon. So, para makita natin. So, this is just may 1/4. Sabi nga nung ating na-solve, may 1/4 daw to. E raised to negative y. Y raised to 1 half. Tapos, mayroon pang y raised sa negative 3 over 4. Then, dy. Multiplied by integral from 0 up to infinity Nang ito ay similar case dito, may 1 port. Tapos y raised to negative 3 over 4. Tapos e raised to negative y dy. Okay, then we all know that 1 port, pa-factor out lang natin yan. So, hindi siya totally factor out na may plus sa gitna. Tapos pa 1 port lang. Talagang literal lalabas yung 1 over 16 kasi multiplication yan. So, labas natin yun. This is just equal sa 1 over 16. Tapos lagyan natin ng konting bracket para mas maintindihan. 0 up to infinity ng 1 up plus negative 3/4 ilan siya? That is negative 1/4. Now, so that is y raised to negative 1/4, then e raised to negative y dy. Then multiply by integral. So dito safe na siya. 0 up to infinity ng y raised to negative 1/3 e raised to negative y dy. Then lang. Okay, next is this is simply, siyempre minus 1 na siya dyan. So sa part na to, we have parang n minus 1 is equal to negative 1/4. Dito naman is n minus 1 is equal sa negative 3/4. So we have n is equal to 3/4 sa part na to. Dito naman n is equal to 1/4. Okay, so therefore, ano magiging sagot? Magiging sagot, this is just simply 1 over 16, then gamma of 3/4. Okay, then gamma of 1/4. So, pansin mo na gamma of 3/4, then gamma of 1/4. Now, we have this kind of identity, guys. So, introduce ko si identity. So, last identity or properties natin is gamma of n times gamma of 1 minus n is just equal sa phi over sine n pi. So, pansinin nyo. Is this the form na ito yan? That is gamma of n, which is 3/4. Then, gamma of 1 minus 3/4, that is 1/4. Tama, no? So, pansin nyo, gamma of 3/4, tas gamma of 1 minus 3/4 is 1/4. So, ito yun. So, meaning, ano yung n natin? N natin sa part na to is just 3/4. So, meaning, yung n dito, so, n is just equal sa 3/4. So, meaning, this is just equal sa 1 over 16 multiplied by pi over sine ng 3 pi over 4. And what is 3 pi over 4? That is square root of 2 over 2. Kung hindi nagkakamali si sir. So, this is just equal sa phi over 16 square root of 2 over 2. O that is 8. Or simply, this is just phi over 8 square root of 2. Therefore, this is the answer. Right? So, ganun siya. Simple. So, that's all for this gamma function. So, hoping na may mga natutunan kang technique mula kay sir. So, again, ang goal mo lang is puntahan natin yung E. So, most probably, ang mga application nito is may LN eh. So, may mga LN, tas ganyan, guys. Okay, so that's all. Thank you for watching, guys. Hoping na panoorin mo pa yung last natin na video para sa Advanced Calculus 1. Again, thank you.